Alright, so that, okay, so Enraged Spamton Neo no hit cheeseless, like Snowgrave, cheeseless, so no X slash, wood blade, no armor, you know, weakest you can be in the game. No shooting any heads aside from rails, and when you shoot them on rails, only shooting them, or shooting all of them, and then no charge shots throughout the entire thing except to activate the Enrage. I might have gone over every rule there. Some parts of that were just kind of learning how to do things, and then part of it is like you have to train your spamming ability. So he kind of really is Spamton Neo here, but not as much as you'd think. There's a little less that goes into the spamming than you'd expect. But that was pretty fun, but that was really challenging as well. This was something that I wanted to get done since I started playing this fight, and I could not tell you how many recordings, because I don't have much space on my hard drive, so if a recording, pretty much usually if a recording session just ends up being fruitless, I just delete it. So I literally can't tell you how many recording sessions and how many attempts this took, but this was kind of ridiculous. I wanted to push myself further with this, and I probably still will. Like, I wanted to make, do one challenge where the rule was you can't start attacking him till either you've done Heart 2 or you have seen the hard phone attack. But then that's kind of crazy. But then the other idea I had was that you're only... Oh, that's the thing as well. The face attack, I like doing the face attack where you do the mouth, you do the nose, you do the eyes, and if face shows up later, you do it again. I know some people they like to take out the mouth and maybe the eyes, and then they just kind of sit there. But I didn't want, I said this is cheeseless. I wanted this to be not too easy. I wanted to make this fight without doing extra stuff of repeating a bunch of attacks like those other two challenge ideas I had, where don't attack until this point, or that, or whatever. That's repeating more attacks than you need to at the weakest is that's extra challenge. But without extra challenge, this challenge that I just did was pretty much make Spamton as hard as he can possibly be in the vanilla game without just turning it into an endurance challenge necessarily. And that's what I feel like I did. And this, so far, I would say this feels definitely I have a pretty good consistency with Jevil no hits, all attack Jevil no hits. This guy, oh my fucking god, that I'm glad to finally have that done. I hope people watch that and appreciate that. I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone do this yet. Jeez. Yeah. That if you have the spamming ability, which is, it's sometimes a lot of times you don't need to really go all out. with the spamming, but it's like sometimes you might have like little bits of RNG or little mistakes that result in a moment where more spamming is either more helpful or even required, depending on how bad you mess up or how bad RNG you get. Like this still, weirdly enough, despite how hard this was and how long this took, this feels like something I could get consistent at. This feels pretty fair anyways. Like I just realized today that the phone hands attacks are nowhere near as, come to think of it, I didn't get that one variant of the phone attack in that run, did I? Where it's like he just kind of slowly stays back and he puts the phones on the bottom and the top, moving back and forth, putting the things at you from the top and the bottom, and then he just shoots the balls. He didn't do that, I think. So this is not technically an all-attack no-hit, but kind of doesn't matter because it's more impressive getting and surviving and, you know, no-hitting those harder phone hands attacks than the easy one. Like, because that one is easy. That's literally the other phone hands attack where he does like the top and the bottom. I swear that's the easiest attack in the fight. Maybe bar rails 1 and 2. Rails 1 and 2 aren't bad. It is kind of tricky to get like the enraged sometimes. Like, I used to have a strat where I would just like pretty much go for the enrage right at the start of rails 1. But so for some reason that worked most of the time, or pretty much all the time for a long time, but then he started doing a variant of the attack where he has bombs at the beginning, and the bombs would screw me every time I tried to enrage there. So I like to do it like you take out the group of heads and then you spam there, and if you didn't get the enrage there, you try to take out the second group of heads in rails 1 really quickly, and then get your rest of cheat spamming at the end there to get the enrage. And yeah, the reason I didn't explain this, but I said this is cheeseless. This is trying to make the fight as hard as possible without just cheesing things. Like the first attack never shows up again, and the first attack, if you enrage or even shoot at all, it completely negates its existence basically. And that just feels like such a scummy move, so I didn't want to do that. But also, like, I don't want to. I mean, if I use a charge shot on a single head in a rails attack, that's pretty much the same as just shooting it normally, which I would have to do anyways. But if I shoot a charge shot by accident and it takes out the whole group, that feels like cheating, so I try to avoid that. I previously, I made a video of some like Spamton no heal where I topped some challenges onto it, and in the description I stated 3 variants of the challenge. I called them Mini Chad, Chad, and True Chad. I think I'm gonna rename them. This video that I just did here would technically be called Mini Chad, but I'm just gonna actually call this Chad because this is not necessarily all that easy. And so I guess the other ones I'll call, like, instead of Chad and True Chad, I'll call the other ones Super Chad and Ultra Chad. Because, like, Chad, I mean, this is fair enough. Like, this is, like, Spamton's equivalent of Jevil All Attacks No Hit, I would say. What I used to call Mini Chad, and now I will call Chad Challenge. This is Spamton's equivalent of Jevil All Attacks No Hit, and I would say that even though I didn't get all attacks, so I would say this is more difficult, but at least by by my current skill set, this is definitely harder than Jevil No Hit. So everyone that was complaining about how easy Spamton is, do this. Maybe it's not going to be quite what you would expect or want, but I guarantee you're not going to have the easiest time with this one. I have a Discord message. Okay, I will be checking that out in a second. Wait, press Z. Yes, it was all a dream the entire time. Spamton isn't real. Deltarune isn't real. Where's OBS? There it is. Yeah, I'll get this edited and out. Hope you guys enjoy. Should I make a thumbnail? I should maybe make a thumbnail, because the thumbnail might be a lot easier for, like, if I can do it right, it might be easier for people to understand what this video is when clicking on it. Alright, bye guys.